everybody, welcome back to the channel and thank you so much for being here. Today I have my Thrive Market box. I can't lift it technically. I still can't lift this much weight yet, but I have it. It's a big one. I think I have some repeats, but I think I have a couple of new goodies in here. If you don't know about Thrive Market is an online grocery shopping store basically, where it is a membership. But if you don't save what you pay in your membership, you get it back at the end of the year. I always save way more. If you pay annually, it's like $5 a month. The beauty of this is, if you're doing any kind of dieting, watching, I mean, you don't have to be. You could totally love Thrive and not be doing that. But if you're keto, paleo, diabetic, any of those things, they have a pull down where you can tell it what you're doing and it will show you only the food that fits within that diet, which I think is amazing because I bop back and forth. Right now I'm mostly doing paleo, mostly. There are a few things going on in my life making that a little bit difficult now, but trying to stick with healthy eating, and this makes it so much easier. So I'm going to show you all about this. I am an affiliate with Thrive. I will put my link down below. It will get you 30% off your first box and a free gift. Let me show you what I get. This is my little mini order. Some of it's, you can tell I've been taping other things in here. Some of it is, how cute is this? Some of it is new. I'll blow right past the old stuff. This is at Trader Joe's right now. Oh my gosh, how cute is he? He's so cute. Okay, these Birch Benders pancakes, I got this in my last order because they are paleo and grain-free and they are delicious. You get like 4 or 5, I think, when you make them. They're not too big. I eat 2 in a day. It's not huge, but I'm not big on breakfast. It is plenty, and I love it. This is my husband's, upside down, yes. My husband's Dr. Bronner's citrus soap. He loves it. So I get a couple of those periodically. I was gonna say every time I order, but honestly, it depends on how often I'm ordering. I am going to attempt, and I know that doesn't make sense. This is just organic sweet pumpkin. I'm going to attempt to make my own creamer. I'm going to try and make pumpkin spice creamer with things that I can use. Yeah, should be delicious. This is a Yo bar. I can't tell you how light this box is, but there are, I think it's made for kids, but there are 5 bars in here. And if they qualified, they were under the paleo. Are they really? No. 16 carbs. Total sugars 3, although it is 0 added sugars. Yeah, I don't know what made me think I can have these on paleo, but we're trying them because I deserve it. I've had a rough couple weeks. Okay, we have the Orabora. This is a ginger Meyer lemon. It's just like soda water, but how delicious does that sound? So good. And it's just carbonated water, Meyer lemon extract, and ginger extract. That sounds delicious to me. Hue Gems. Okay. Dark chocolate, organic and paleo. We'll try one of these in a second. I hope they are delicious. 3 simple ingredients. I think probably organic cacao, organic unrefined coconut sugar, and organic cocoa butter. I am trying not to really personally do any sugars because of my blood levels, but technically, as far as paleo goes, those qualify. I have to admit there are only 3 of these. You have to order 2 at a time of them. However, I had to get into my box and get one of these a couple days ago. It is the Nut Pods Toasted Marshmallow, my absolute favorite Nut Pods. The difference this makes in my coffee, humongous. I also got for the season a couple of the pumpkin spice. I think I got it last season, honestly. I couldn't remember how I felt about that. So I was like, no, it'll be fine. I'll get a couple more. Even if I didn't love them, it'll be fine. These are organic freezer pops, good pop. They are no sugar added. They are no fake sugars. You just shake them up, you stick them in the freezer. They're just 100% fruit juice. They're a little tart. If you don't love tart, they're probably not perfect for you, but I like them. I love ice cream. So I know that's a long way from ice cream, right? But I love them. They're delicious. The Siete grain-free tortilla chips. I know. How do you have grain-free tortilla chips? I don't know. I got the Thrive grain-free taco shells last time. you really have to suspend reality to yourself and be like, okay, these are taco shells. When your brain is saying, these are not taco shells, you have to ignore him. Him's the one you have to ignore. But once you've done it a few days and that's really kind of how you're eating, it's really just what I used to get it from point A to point B, feeling like a taco. Well, I felt the same way about grain-free tortilla chips. I love a taco salad. So I will just put these on the bottom, some lettuce, some compliant chili that I can have. Delicious. And then last but not least, I wanted to try their classic marinara sauce. And this fell under the paleo, so it must not have added sugars. Is that true? Yes, no added sugars. And this is just the Thrive Market brand. The items that they have that I've tried, I have always liked. With me having had my surgery, we got stuff that would be easy for my husband to do, and I thought that that would be something he could easily do, is zoodle me up something and make him some pasta and we'd have sauce. So that is just my little new order. I have the grain-free tortilla chips, the marinara, the little chocolates to try, the drinks to try, these little bars to try. I just love my Thrive Market. I don't get everything from them, clearly, but they have the specialty products that I want, and they have them for a great price. Okay, let's try one of those little chocolates. So these are 2 tablespoons. The serving size is 2 tablespoons. It is 190 calories. Yeah, I'm not eat at 4:19 in the afternoon okay. Pre-dinner, I am not eating that. It is, when you open it up, it's chocolates. It's just chocolates. So 2 tablespoons of 30 grams. So I have a scale. So that is how I will measure it and how I will eat it. When you take them out though, it's just a really cute, it looks almost like a tiny Reese's Pieces. There we go, that's better. Yeah, that's good. I like that a lot. That will be a real treat. Yummy, yummy. Okay, let's find something else to get into.
I thought we would throw together a quick soup recipe. It is out of the same book, Healthy in a Hurry. We'll do something different soon, but I am loving these recipes, and I have made this soup before. It is super easy, kind of a toss together. So I thought I would show you guys because it's delicious. Whether you're doing any kind of dieting or not, it's just a really good turkey chili that you make with ground turkey. So let me show you what's in. First, we have our pound of turkey. Turkey sometimes comes in packages bigger than a pound, so I went ahead and separated it so that I would have the perfect amount. It takes some, actually it calls for avocado oil, and I used the end of my avocado oil last night making dinner, so we're going to use olive oil. It'll be fine. Some Ortega chilies. We have oregano and cinnamon, just a touch of cinnamon. We've got cumin. It calls for sweet potatoes. Again, we're at the end of a week here, and I don't have any sweet potatoes, so I'm just going to go ahead and use white potatoes. I'm sure it's going to be delicious. And then it calls for a green enchilada sauce. If you are trying to be compliant with Whole30 or Paleo or anything like that, this is where it can be a little difficult. I found this, it's the Siete green enchilada sauce. It is fully compliant with both of those things, so and delicious, I should say. And it's delicious, so it's the one I'm going with. And basically, we're just gonna cook all of this up, let it cook down a little bit. Oh, no, one more major thing. And you can see it's not really fully thawed yet. This is chicken stock. It is chicken stock that I made on my own. Actually, it's more of a bone broth. This is a little less than 2 cups, so I might have to supplement it a little with like a better than bouillon with a little bit of water, but we're gonna add at least this much bone broth. So let's just mix all this together and I'll show you how good it is. First, let's get our ground turkey going. I use 99%, I know. It's probably a little tougher than if you use like a 93 or if you find a mix that's more of a 97, but I really like the control over the fat in it. And I know that fat is not bad for you necessarily, but I like to control it. I was also supposed to add to this 2 tablespoons of olive oil. So we'll just do that now. It'll be fine. That's about right, sure. Something else that's really major in this recipe that I completely forgot because I also don't have it fresh is cauliflower. And all I have in my freezer is the Trader Joe's organic rainbow cauliflower. It calls for a small head, so I'm going to use this. It's probably close to a small head. The color might affect our outcome just a skosh, but it'll be delicious, so it'll be fine. This is an always pan. I used this last time I made this. You can do it in like a 2-quart stock pan, but I should tell you, it's very important. I'm having the recipe. It calls for 2 pounds of turkey. Oh, that means it's going to be way more cauliflower than I need too, but it calls for 2 pounds of turkey, and I'm only using 1 pound. We're just winging it. What can I tell you? We're just going to wing this. What I have to keep chanting to myself is, you're having the recipe, you're having the recipe, because I just cut the potatoes and I cut a few too many, so I took out another chicken broth. I thought, you know what, I'll just keep adding liquid. It'll be fine. So next we need the equivalent, well, if we weren't having it, we would need the equivalent of a small head of cauliflower. So we need about half a small head of cauliflower. I think that's half a small head of cauliflower. I do love cauliflower. Yeah, that's probably got it. I'm starting to question all of my life's choices now. This pan is starting to look a little small. We're going to stick with it so far. If you were doing a full recipe, you would need 1 pound of sweet potato. I only had white potato, and I had taken out a pound's worth, and they were about that size potatoes. Luckily, I got 3 of the 4 done before I realized that I only needed probably 2 of them. So again, too many potatoes. It's like I'm a natural with this cooking channel stuff, right? Oh my goodness. Okay. Next, we are adding 1 can of the Ortega fire roasted diced green chilies. It actually calls for 4 cans of this. So I'm only putting 1 in. I am allergic to green peppers, and because of that, my love of peppers is limited, but that's my willingness. So normally with half, you just put 2 in. I feel like we need some liquid down below, so I'm going to put that on top so that it can start melting in. This is going great, guys. Thank you so much for coming by and watching my expertise in cooking. We'll get that. Can you guys see the gelatinousness of it even frozen? Oh, it was such a good chicken bone broth. Last in, we have the Siete green enchilada sauce. This is so good. I found this at my local Wegmans. I don't know what you guys have locally, but the flavor it added was amazing. These are the spices. I did not have them because of the pan. That's what I used last time, and it wasn't anywhere near that full. I just kind of winged it this time and added more juice, I think, and other things. You guys know, potatoes, maybe cauliflower. It's fine. It's fine. But so I didn't have the spices. So we have 2 teaspoons of ground cumin, 2 teaspoons of dried oregano, 1.5 teaspoons of fine sea salt, 1/2 teaspoon of pepper, and 1/4 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. And we're just going to go ahead and put that all in. Is this not the cutest? How adorable is that little owl? And then we're going to take up every single square inch of this pot. I am understanding the ridiculously of this. You're welcome to leave it in the comments, but it's not necessary. I totally get. I definitely need a bigger pot, and yet I'm at the point of no return. I've got everything in here. It all fit, and I don't want to dirty another pot. Not to mention, it's going to be super heavy to deal with. So I'm just going to kind of get everything stirred together. We'll see how this does with frozen cauliflower. Last time, of course, I, in planning for it, had a real head of cauliflower, so it was delicious. So we'll see how it does with the frozen. But it looks really good, and at this point, all we are doing is basically cooking the potatoes and the cauliflower. And this is one of the recipes in the book that she calls a freeze it recipe, because basically she just has you ground the meat, and then all of the ingredients that you saw me just put in the pan, she puts into a freezer bag and puts it in the freezer. And then when you want it, you can take it out. I have done that before, and I have a can that I keep that will fit inside my Instant Pot, because this can be made in the Instant Pot. So if you're going to freeze it for Instant Pot use, you really need to find something like, you could even, can you see that pan over there? Yeah, the pan to the right. You could even kind of put it in that to freeze, because you need it to freeze smaller than the inside of your Instant Pot. So just anything that you have, a piece of Tupperware or a pan, if you have an old-fashioned coffee can. Do they even make, how old am I? Do they even make coffee cans anymore? Oh my goodness. So at this point, we're just cooking it down. Everything in it cooked, our cauliflower, our potatoes. I cooked it down last time. It had less liquid in it. I added more this time because I wanted to use all of that chicken broth. So it'll be a little soupier this time because it is technically a chili. And it ate very much like a chili. If I don't lose a lot of this liquid, it might eat a little more like a soup this time, and I don't mind that at all. So we'll leave that to cook, and we'll come back and try it when it's done. It's like fresh off of the stove. Look at this steam coming off that. We cooked down a lot. See, I had too much juice by the time I got it cooked down so that the potatoes are nice and tender, and the cauliflower, last time it stood up a little better because it was fresh. This time because it was frozen, some of it's still good, but it broke down a little more, but I am totally okay with that. But it looks more like chili now, so let's get a bowl full. Just gonna give a little bit a try here for lunch. This smells so good. You can smell all of the spices we put in it. I can smell the cinnamon really well. It's starting to get a little cool. It's overcast today and a little bit rainy. I'm starting to get some serious fall vibes. Ooh, we're gonna have to give that a second. Can you see the steam coming right off of that? Is it starting to get fall-y where you are? I think this weekend we're actually supposed to get back up near 80. I choose to ignore that. But we're waking up in the mornings now in the low 60s or high 50s, and we kind of crack the door, the back door, to get it nice and cool in here. And it feels so good. Total fall vibes. This is enough chili that I'm gonna have to see if this is something that my parents think they might like. So good. I either forgot the cinnamon last time or used less. I can definitely taste the cinnamon this time. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying I don't remember the cinnamon from last time. Here's a nice piece. That last one had a good chunk of potato in it. This one's got a nice piece of cauliflower in it. I love soup season. It's probably my favorite. I know that's probably an old lady thing, right? But you know what? It's one I'm going to own proudly. I love soups. I just love them. Everything about this, the spices, the chilies, is just so warming, and it's so good for you. These should be sweet potatoes, and they definitely made a difference last time. It added a little sweetness. Maybe that's why I didn't notice the cinnamon, because the sweetness of the sweet potato covered it up. But either way, you're never gonna make me mad at potatoes. Any kind of potato is okay with me. Thank you so much for coming by to check out the Thrive order. I will put all of the information for Thrive down below. If you sign up using the link that I have down below, you will get 30% off your first order and a free gift. And I love that it's just a simple way to pick up healthy products that you can't find just everywhere. Okay, I'm gonna go eat some more soup. Thanks for coming by, guys.